Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Dual Destinies. You guys, we're in the last trial of the game, I think, and I'm freaking out that this is gonna be. There's gonna be a lot. I feel we heard a little bit for now, but we've only really just begun. Edgeworth is here. We have a lot to discuss right now. We are going to figure out if the robots were in. One of the robots was there at the time of the murder, which we are thinking that they were, and we're going to hear from them. I don't know where she's been this whole time, so this is going to be interesting. We're going to be talking to Ponko and see what the heck it is she has to say. Hello. She's so cute. I can't wait. Witness, please state your name and occupation.
My name is not Witness. My name is Ponko.
Yes, I realize that. But when you are the witness stand, you are the witness.
No, I'm not. I'm Ponko. Say it with me. Ponko.
What an utterly inflexible little robot. Sorry, she's not falling for your guff. She doesn't care. You're the last person who should be calling anybody inflexible. Wait, what does that mean? That was absolutely the euphemism of the century. Thank you, Phoenix.
Haha, you remind me of my grandchild who just learned his own name. Oh, how precious.
Uh-huh. I don't know if that's what I'd call it. All right, Ponko, I'm going to ask you some questions.
Questions? You have questions. Hooray! What are your questions?
Ponko's so cute. I love it. I want to know if you were there at the scene of the murder of Matisse Sykes. It was 7 years ago, on the 7th of October, around 2 p.m. in the robotics lab.
Certainly. Just one moment. Searching data. Search complete. Yes, I was there in the robotics lab.
I like how she's, well, I guess she's a robot. I was like, I like how she's so happy. So she was there. So it's as we suspected. Oh boy. It would seem this robot's testimony is necessary to this case after all. This is great. I just knew Ponko must have seen something important. I hope so. I hope she wasn't going to say that she was, like, turned off the entire time. Or disassembled and doesn't know what happened.
A murder committed right before this poor little girl's eyes? It's inexcusable.
Sir?
That's a robot.
It's okay. The judge seems ready to adopt Ponko as another grandchild. She is pretty cute.
So, little Ponko, do you think you can give us your testimony today?
Listen, you don't have to talk to her like that. She's a robot. She's gonna do anything we ask her, isn't she? What I saw. Okay, tell me about this.
I went to the robotics lab at about 2 p.m. for my regular recharge. Just as I was about to charge up, Athena came in and hugged Mommy Matisse. And then Mommy Matisse fell down. After that, I was recharging, so I don't know anything.
What? What?
After I charged up, I was cleaning the room and Mr. Simon came in. And then an error occurred. There is no data after that point.
Oh. Oh, it's like I suspected, because she was disassembled at some point. After Simon came in. That's not great. And I'm sure that's what they're going to go with, too.
Well, it sounds like the defendant was, without question, at the scene. However, it doesn't appear that the witness saw the actual moment of the murder.
I disagree. This testimony shows that the defendant did indeed commit the crime. How? Where? Wait, what are you talking about? What? At the end of the day, we mustn't forget that this witness is still a machine. Being a robot, its understanding and capacity to express itself are limited.
So what are you suggesting?
The witness's statements need to be interpreted. For example, the terms hugged and then later fell down. Oh no, oh. Adults don't usually fall down after being hugged by a child.
They don't? But...
Oh, he does. It's because he's old. I can relate. Yes, what this witness's statements are telling us is that the defendant stabbed the victim with a murder weapon during this moment. What? I don't think so, dude. What? Oh, okay, yeah, that... Rabble, that's not good. Before Miss Sykes hugged Dr. Sykes, did the two of them converse?
Yes, they did. They spoke to each other very loudly, but I don't know what they said.
Athena is usually so quiet, so I was surprised. Spoke very loudly. We can interpret this to mean they argued, but that's just interpretation, though. That doesn't hold weight. Edgeworth.
I see. Murder after a heated argument, and then the victim fell down. I agree that it does sound like a reasonable interpretation. However, Ponko doesn't seem to remember anything that happened after that.
When I am recharging, I go into sleep mode. But I remember everything before that. I have a very good memory.
You may as well admit defeat now, right? A cross-examination would be useless. Too bad I'm doing it anyway, and I'm gonna do it right in front of your gorgeous face. Don't be ridiculous. A cross-examination is never useless. Until now. Think about it. Robots don't lie. This robot is both an important witness and valuable evidence at the same time. Nevertheless, I will have my cross-examination. I mean, it's just owed to us at this point. I see you haven't changed. You never were one to worry about wasting time. Wow, dude. He was probably waiting a while to give that one back to me, to be honest.
Very well. Even if it may be a waste of time, you may proceed, Mr. Wright.
Oh, I'm gonna proceed. You just wait and see. I'm doing it all over the place. I'll show you both just how fruitful any cross-examination can be. You tell him, Phoenix. You don't let him bully you. Well, that's just ridiculous what it is. Alright, fine. Let's do this. What I saw... Now, honestly, not a lot of it seemed too damning, but I'm thinking around the middle. I mean, we're gonna press it all, but let's see if we can find anything. I went to the robotics lab around 2 p.m. for my regular recharge. Probably a factual statement, but since this is the finale trial, I want to make sure. Your regular recharge? What is that exactly?
I have to refill my battery's power or else I stop working. I go to the lab to do that.
So, that recharge occurred around 2 p.m., around the time of the murder?
That's right. I go every day at 2 p.m.
Alright. Just as I was about to charge up, Athena came in and hugged Mommy Matisse.
Hold it!
Tell me more about that. Hugged her? Which Edgeworth took to mean stabbed her with a weapon. Yeah, true. I mean, maybe we can hear more about that? You said the two of them were talking before Miss Sykes hugged her mother, is that right?
Yes, they were talking very loudly, but I couldn't tell what they were saying.
Couldn't tell? Even though they were talking loudly? That doesn't seem right. Shouldn't she have heard it, especially being a robot and all?
I'm only allowed to listen to voices that are directed at me.
How can you tell? How can you tell the difference? If it listened to every voice, it would be better than a mobile eavesdropper. A little better then, sorry. Still, that would be useful. Well, that explains why some of Ponko's testimony is so vague. It's a shame that our little friend wasn't listening in, however. I agree. We could have learned what they were talking about just before Dr. Sykes was killed. Now then, what happened after that? Alright, let's see. Then Mommy Matisse fell down. After that, I was recharging. I don't know anything. Definitely tell me more about that. At least how did she fall? Where did she fall? Anything? I don't want to delve too deeply here, but no, we have to, I think. Otherwise, we're sunk. Could you tell us how the victim appeared and acted at this moment? There you go, Phoenix. That's probably the right thing to ask.
Mommy Matisse was very surprised when she was hugged. I heard her heart pound.
Oh.
Oh, that's not great. Is it?
Her heart? Mr. Wright, have you forgotten about this document we found in the robotics lab? These robots have a heartbeat detection system. Oh, that's right! Because they're supposed to be the robots with hearts. They're supposed to be the robots that can understand feelings. Now that he mentions it, I do remember reading something like that there. Right. Can determine the presence of a human with their heartbeat. Yes, well, at least their presence. Not really, they can't really register their emotions just yet. That was more Athena's bag rather than the robots themselves, it seems like. But they could hear it all the same. They detect the presence of people by the sound of their heartbeats. But wait a minute. That means if Dr. Sykes really did die at this moment... Oh, Phoenix, I see what you're getting at! Ponko, how was Dr. Sykes after she fell down? Could you still hear the sound of her heartbeat?
Let's see. The moment she fell, her heart was pounding. After that, I don't know. I started recharging just then.
Of all the unlucky timing. If you had heard anything after that... Oh, Phoenix, I see what you're getting at, though. It could have possibly proved that the hug wasn't actually the moment of the murder.
I'm very sorry. I'm afraid I don't know. I'm very sorry.
The robot is designed to go into sleep mode automatically, so it can't be helped.
How convenient, though, isn't it? Jeez. And bad news for us.
But it does appear it detected an increased heart rate at the moment of the stabbing.
Which looks bad, doesn't it? Oh, shit. What are we gonna do?
After Mommy Matisse's heart started pounding in surprise, she fell by the window. It was the round window on the workbench side of the room.
Huh? Wait, she fell over by the window? What? Wait a minute. Do we have any pictures of the... We do. Where is it? Cause of death was a stab wound to the chest. Oh, 2 photos of the body in the crime scene. Is there blood anywhere in the room? Did we look at that already? Victim's body was found on the operating table. Wait a minute. Wait, wasn't this the moment where they found the victim, though? This thing right here? She wasn't over by the window at any point. And if she was, first of all, wouldn't she be over there still? And if not, wouldn't there at least be blood over there? Something's wrong here. Let's see what happens. The workbench, huh? Ponko must be talking about that table to the right of where the... Oh, shoot, I looked at the wrong... hang on. I looked at the wrong window. All the windows are around. What I was thinking is over here. The moon rock was stolen. But still... Hope capsule can be seen on the workbench. Rolling cases, robot charging station, hanging scroll in Japanese. They don't mention anything else. Oh, I thought I had something there, but maybe not. But still, like, if she died over there, I thought that the moment of death was on the chair. Was I wrong about that? Is there something critical in Ponko's statement just now? I'm gonna say yes, only because I think if I don't, I'm never gonna get to the end of this. I'm assuming that's what Phoenix might be thinking, no? Your Honor, I believe the statement is critical. I'd like it added to her testimony. Ooh, I wonder what happens if we press the photos then. Do you think it'll work? I'm gonna try it.
Ponko, could you please add that statement to your testimony? That's a good little girl.
Oh no, I don't want to hear you saying stuff like that, please.
Mommy Matisse fell down near the round window on the workbench side of the room.
What would happen right now? If I just did what I said. Wait a minute though. The body in the crime scene. She was in the chair. How did she get to the chair then? I guess is what I really need to think of. Not just so the blood or anything like that. Because there doesn't seem to be blood anywhere else in the room.
Objection!
Oh, for sure. Dude. Then she didn't die there, that's for sure. Ponko, your statement may have just inspired a breakthrough.
I was helpful? Hooray! I'm so happy.
Just to be sure, let's go over it again, okay? The victim fell near the window on the workbench side of the room. However... Yeah, look. It's quite a bit of ways, actually, when you look at it like that. Her body was discovered on the operating table.
But the operating table and the workbench are 2 different locations.
Oh, wow! Judge's light bulb went off. Exactly, Your Honor. We've just learned a new crucial fact. What could explain the 2 very different locations of the body? I'll tell you what. It's definitely not the second one, right? Because, first of all, if we're saying that Athena did it, how would she have moved her own mother's body being so young? Without a lot of mess? Probably not. So I'm gonna say at that moment that she was hugged, like she's saying, wasn't the time of her being killed. So I'm gonna say she moved. Because that's the only thing that makes sense. An 11-year-old girl couldn't have moved the heavy body of an adult. So the only explanation is that the victim walked to the operating table herself. In other words, what Ponko observed near the workbench couldn't possibly have been the moment of the murder. There we go. I mean, that seems logical.
Oh, I'm very relieved to hear that. Glad to know that the murder wasn't committed in front of little Ponko here.
Excuse me? What? No, it was just, possibly in front of another real little girl, but don't worry about that. Dude. Yes, as we just heard in the testimony, Miss Sykes hugged her mother, nothing more.
Objection!
What's wrong, Edgeworth? You know what I just realized about Edgeworth's voice actor? Not only are all the voice actors in here different than the originals, I just thought whoever they got for Phoenix Wright is very on spot. It's very similar to the original one. Did you know that the guy that voiced Edgeworth in this has voiced La Habrea in Final Fantasy XIV? I'm freaking out about this. Believe he's also somebody in Danganronpa too. Right. It's been 8 years, but you're still just as green as ever. Thank you. It's because I'm about to become the Hulk. Because I'm pissed.
Green? But I can't recall ever seeing Mr. Wright in anything but a blue suit.
True, I don't think green would suit him. That's more for Payne, our friend Payne. He wears green, right? Pretty sure. Hey, blue's my favorite color. What can I say? If the defendant couldn't move the body herself, she could have had it moved for her. Oh no, he's gonna blame Simon for that, I feel. Okay. Move for her, but Miss Sykes and Dr. Sykes were the only ones there. I agree. Since this robot is equipped with a heartbeat detection system, it would have been aware of another person's presence if someone else had been there. We can therefore conclude that the defendant and the victim were the only ones present.
Then who do you suggest move the body?
Don't you know it's in the nature of a robot to help people do things? But she didn't remember it, though. Miss Panko. Why did he call her Panko, like breadcrumbs? Allow me to ask you a question. Is that on purpose, or is that a typo?
My name is Ponko. Say it with me. P-O-N-C-O.
Oh, it was a mistake. I believe you said you were cleaning after Dr. Sykes fell down. Did you happen to move something large onto the operating table? Uh-oh.
Yes, I did. Athena asked me to.
But didn't she just say that she didn't remember anything after that? Athena asked you to?
And what did you move, little Ponko?
Well, I don't know. Unless something has an ID tag, I can't tell what it is.
An ID tag, you say?
Yes, a tag with a barcode on it. We robots scan them to tell us what a thing is.
That paper in the lab did mention something about that. Yeah, it did. Scanning a spacesuit or uniform jacket ID tag can also recognize a person by facial features once the face has been registered, though, is what it says. So surely if Edgeworth is insinuating that she moved Matisse, she would have known, because Matisse's face surely was registered, though. Recognizes people by scanning their spacesuit or uniform jacket ID tag, it said. Yeah, but what about the face recognition? So it would appear that Miss Panko here can't identify what it moved.
My name is Ponko.
But we humans have the power to imagine what it was, do we not? Yeah, but that's still hearsay, because it's not proved.
We do?
Well, I do, at the very least. Miss Panko, on the defendant's command, move the body onto the operating table. Wait a minute, how could that be possible? She would have registered that face for sure. What do you mean, though? Ponko, did you really move Dr. Sykes' body? This is really important. Isn't there any way you could tell?
I don't know. Without an ID tag, I can't tell.
What about the face, though? It doesn't look like her face was messed up in the... Hang on. Her face wasn't messed up at all in the thing, was it? No, it's right there. It's not even covered or anything. What's the problem? Am I missing something? Give it up, Wright. And if the victim's heart was stopped, the robot's detection system would be useless. What about the face, though? Furthermore, Dr. Sykes usually wore her white coat while she was working. She kept the jacket with her ID tag on it draped over a chair in the robotics lab. Yeah, but still, her face must be registered. And only wore it for special occasions. Otherwise, like, how would the robots even know it's her to take orders from her? Like, a heartbeat isn't gonna cut it, surely. In other words, the victim wasn't wearing her ID tag at the time. From the robot's point of view, her body was simply just another object. It's horrible to say. But Ponko is equipped with a facial recognition system. Thank you. If she really did move the victim, she would have recognized the body as Dr. Sykes. But she didn't. So that means...
Objection!
What? What's wrong? La Habrea, can you stop, please? A face can easily be covered with a piece of cloth, a mask, or anything else for that matter. Yeah, but we have no proof of that, do we? With her facial features hidden, the robot wouldn't be able to tell it was Dr. Sykes. Was there a mask in that room, too? Oh, no, I'm starting to get nervous now. Did I overlook that as well? There's the jacket on the floor. We've seen that. Katana, victim staff jacket, and a cart. Oh, shit, there is one. There is one because she had all that Japanese stuff in there. There's a hanging scroll and Japanese theater mask on the wall. Oh, no, that's where we're going with this. Oh, man, I thought I was onto something. Gosh darn it. Phoenix, that's my face right now. Oh, he's right. To summarize, Miss Sykes stabbed her mother near the workbench, then, using the robot, she moved the body to the table, where she removed the sword and was stained in blood. I don't know, dude. That doesn't sound right at all, though.
Order. But if that's the case, then I have a question. Why did the defendant move the body to the operating table in the first place?
You want a reason? Very well. You don't have a reason, do you, Edgeworth? You're just speculating? What? You can't possibly have an explanation. Your emotions blind you to the truth. You could learn a lot from our robot friends. Calm and rational thought will open your eyes to the truth in front of you, Mr. Wright. Now then, do you remember the operating table's one special feature?
I believe I read that robots can be assembled and disassembled there. Isn't there...
What? Ew, wait a minute. That's right, and to the defendant, who was just a child at the time. The table was like a magic box that could make robots appear or disappear in seconds. Hang on a second. She's not like 6 years old, dude. She's 11. She must have known better than that. She was raised around the robots her whole life. There's no way she would have done something so gruesome. That's gross. What?
But in the end, my mom just put her on the operating table and fixed her in a flash. I was so impressed by what my mom did. I even asked her if she would put me on the table and fix me if I ever got hurt. Yeah, I remember that, but I was like considering that to be like maybe when, when she was around like 6 or 7. Surely not when she was 11, she asked that. It looked like magic to me with what she could do.
What? Am I not looking at this correctly? Am I just assuming the best? You can't possibly be suggesting. This young sheltered girl had a difficult time distinguishing robots from people. But take a look at Ponko's arm. It was Miss Sykes who bandaged it up that like that. I think it's supposed to be like that. Whoops, that's a typo.
She must have thought that machines heal in the same way that people do. What an adorable, naive mistake. It reminds me of my own grandchild.
Yeah, when you're like 6. No way. I refuse to believe it. Yeah, that's gruesome. I don't like that. Miss Sykes made a childish, naive, and cruel mistake. She thought that if a robot could be dismantled and vanish without a trace... No, there's no way that happened.
Prosecutor Edgeworth? If you're about to claim what I think you are, I demand that you word it as delicately as you can.
Yeah, that's not okay, dude. This is not okay. With all due respect, Your Honor, all I can do is present the truth as it stands. The reason the defendant moved the victim's body to the operating table...
Hold it!
Yes, stop him. I don't even want to hear it. No, don't say another word. Just stop. Edgeworth, don't do it. Was to dismantle the evidence so that she could get away with her crime. There's no fucking way that happened. There's no way. That's terrible. Jesus Christ, no. There's no way it could be true. There's just no way. That's awful. That's just awful.
Order. Order in the court. Order in the court, I say.
Edgeworth. She was just a little kid. How can you say such a horrible thing? Horrible? Like I said, you're just as green as ever. Jesus, he's really pulling out the stops, isn't he? I came here today as a prosecutor to seek only the truth, no more, no less. My theory is simply the result of a rational consideration of every possibility.
Objection!
There's no way you thought of everything. But dismantling isn't the table's only function. It can make repairs as well. It's conceivable that Miss Sykes moved her mother to the table in order to fix her. I suppose that could be another way of interpreting it. Yeah, you're damn right it is. Of course you came out with the worst thing ever. Man, you're lucky you're so handsome and smart. But dismantle or repair, it doesn't matter either way. What do you mean? After murdering her mother, Miss Sykes may have come to her senses. Perhaps she did want to make it appear as if it had never happened. And that's why she tried to repair her mother. Yeah, that's one possible explanation. That's not it. There's no freaking way. Somebody else had to have done it. She saw it eventually and wanted to fix her. That I would believe. But how do we get there though? Like, how do we get to that part? But we mustn't forget the facts of this case. The victim was observed to fall down after being hugged by the defendant. And the body was moved per the defendant's command. These two facts that indicate the defendant's guilt, remain unchanged. This just can't be true. What are we gonna do?
Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence to refute the prosecution's claim?
I don't know. I don't think so. I didn't even see that kind of possibility even coming up here. Like, that just blindsided me. There's no way I saw that coming. Did anyone ever see that coming? No way. No one would have thought of that. Right? Maybe I'm just naive too. Evidence, right. Let's see. I can't think of any. I'm afraid I don't have any evidence. Since becoming chief prosecutor, I've learned that the truth isn't always pretty. Now, accept the truth, Mr. Wright. Your subordinate murdered her own mother. Your Honor, the prosecution demands a verdict. The hostages have suffered enough.
What a terrible and tragic conclusion.
Wait, did I fuck up? There's no way I fucked up. I didn't even get a point lost. So something's gotta happen here.
If the defense has no counter-argument, I see no need to further prolong this trial.
Edgeworth's argument seems solid enough. But it's awful. It's so awful, though. There's no way Athena could have ever done anything like that. What do I do? There has to be something. But I can't think of a single thing. Wait, who's that? Hello? Who said that? Simon, what's wrong, boy? You gonna come help me? Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Prosecutor Blackwell?
This is quite the farce you're conducting here. I could die from laughter.
Prosecutor Blackwell, what are you talking about?
Oh no, here it comes, the battle of the British voices. I'm so sorry. What I'm talking about is that your argument is based on an entirely false premise. Go on, we're listening. Could this be the miracle I need? Surely Simon knows something that's gonna help us here. There's no way he would have, interfered. If not. What is Prosecutor Blackwell trying to pull here? Oh my goodness, he's so handsome. I'm sorry, I got two handsome British people here. What do I do? 7 years. 7 long years. This case has been on my mind. Not for an instant did I not think of it. I'm the one who killed my mentor, and don't think you can alter that fact now. He's trying to protect Athena. Isn't he? Oh dear. Your boldness I will take to the stand, and I won't take no for an answer.
Of course, Prosecutor Blackwell, please go ahead.
What are you up to? What are you doing? Oh no. Oh, I'm worried about this. 7 years ago, okay. I went to the Cosmos Space Center with the intention of killing Dr. Sykes. But when I got back to the robotics lab, I found Athena there instead. I would not be swayed from my purpose. I waited for Dr. Sykes to return. And then I committed the act. Oh, how cathartic it was. There's no way any of that's true. There's no way. But how do we prove that? What are we going to do? We've been up against him. We know that he's not going to let that information out so easily.
But little Ponko here witnessed the victim falling. In other words...
Objection!
What is it, Simon? What can we do? I don't need any of your other words, old man. I can guess what happened.
Which would be?
She fell means she fell. Merely that. A mother and child fooling around. Perhaps she tripped. Not that it matters. When I entered the lab, there was no trace of Dr. Sykes to be seen. There was no dead body either, of course, meaning she must have left the room.
So the murder occurred after the time period Ponko described in her testimony?
Son, you should hardly take stock in the words of a wind-up toy.
Objection!
God, Edris, I keep forgetting that's your voice. Then how do you explain the fact that the defendant had Robot move something? Athena was always tinkering with robots on the operating table to amuse herself. And she always had Ponko move the heavy ones for her. That day was no different. Ponko moved a heavy robot for Athena. Oh shit. Oh shit, he looks great from behind. Wait, what? This is awful. What he's saying seems to make sense, and yet...
Objection!
Yeah, but we've got to get him off the hook too. How are we gonna do this? Both is bad. Prosecutor Blackwell, are you trying even now to turn away from the truth? Don't you realize that we could bring the dark age of the law to a close today?
Objection!
Not if it's not true, we can't. You expect too much from me. I'm just a murderer beyond redemption. Why don't you just let me go so I can settle down into hell? Ugh. Prosecutor Blackwell's execution is tomorrow. If the truth doesn't come out now, it's all over. What are we gonna do?
Are you saying that the little girl and the robot had nothing to do with the murder?
That's right. So let's hear your verdict. If we don't hurry, I might miss the ferry across the Styx. How can he be so cool about this? I suppose that he was somehow ready for this at the start. Probably when he was convicted, he was ready to do what he had to do, I'm assuming. Oh man, this is awful. Even the judge is confused. Don't you dare, Judge. Don't forget I have hostages over here. And Simon, how long are you going to cover for her? Miss Blackwell? Forgive me, Aura. I never wanted you to do anything like this for me. But you agreed to this trial. If you have a counter-argument, present your evidence. That's the rule of the courtroom. Isn't that right, Chief Prosecutor? Blackwell, you selfish... What's happening here?
Well, to be frank, I don't like this, but it's my duty to make a decision. If no one has a counter-argument, I will announce my verdict.
Wait, no, this is bad. This is terrible. Wait, now what are we gonna do? Like, all our cards are on the table, aren't they? Like, who else can even interject at this point? Is this really happening? Is it really going to end just like it did 7 years ago? Oh shit, oh no, what are we gonna do? I wanted to do it so bad. Even now, I want to fly out of here and go save him. Athena seems to think that he's innocent too. Well, we've got to do something about this. No, I can't tell her. But how can I lie to Athena? If I can't prove Prosecutor Black, I am so flustered at this. Like, this is huge. Prosecutor Blackwell's innocence in this trial. I can't even speak correctly. I don't think Athena will ever forgive me. Yeah, she doesn't know about it yet. Hopefully he doesn't blab that right now. I can't let this happen. But I just don't have the evidence to counter Prosecutor Blackwell's testimony. What the fuck are we gonna do? Wait, now who's that then? What's happening? This is crazy. Oh, Athena! Are you allowed to stand up here with me? Athena? What are you feeling okay? I can hear it. I can hear the voice of his heart. He's hiding something. What? We're gonna mood matrix Simon? Are you serious? If he really is, I sure could use Athena's help here. Wait, are they gonna let us do this? Her power might just be the thing to get us through this. But she's on trial. They're gonna let this happen?
Objection!
Uh-oh, here it comes. Psych, Stoner. No need for you to chime in here. Just accept that you're innocent.
Objection!
Get him, Athena. You might be the only way to save this. These past 7 years, they've been just as hard on me, you know. What are you talking about? Do you remember that horrible, horrible trial? What's happened?
Please, you have to listen to me. He didn't kill her. His heart is screaming that he didn't kill her. Even now, every time I stand in a courtroom, it comes back to haunt me. Not being heard, no matter how hard you try, feeling so helpless. Caught in people's stares, so scared that it feels like your chest is in a vice. I'm terrified of courtrooms. I want to run out of that door even now. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
And yet you found a way to keep your fears at bay and became a lawyer.
Thanks. That's because one day, I came to realize that I had to fight. I couldn't give up. I exercised hard and I studied hard. I wanted to become the strongest lawyer I could be. This day has finally come. The day I've been looking forward to with all my heart. This is why I became a lawyer. This is why I studied psychology. It was all to save you from this false conviction. She did it to save Simon? That's so sweet!
But Miss Sykes, do you realize what it would mean? You are the accused, after all. If you prove Prosecutor Blackwell innocent, then...
The only thing that matters is the truth. It's my duty to find out what that truth is. Simon, please give me this chance. The chance to shake off this fear that's been with me for 70 years and to face the truth.
Athena's being so brave, confronting her past like this. This might really be the last chance to save them both.
Holy shit, you guys!
Like, my heart is in, like, my stomach right now. Holy crap. Prosecutor Blackwell, please testify one more time about the incident 7 years ago.
Will you do it?
Fine, but your efforts will surely be in vain. For I am not a man who can be cut down easily. No, I'm assuming this is going to be the hardest mood matrix we've ever had. And I'm not good at them to start with.
Here we go, Simon.
Oh, shit, oh my god, we're almost at 40 minutes. This is going to be the longest trial ever, isn't it? I'm just going to have to do the best that I can. I'm going to stop here. In the next one, we are going into Simon's heart. And I can guarantee you right now, without even knowing what's about to happen, that it's going to be probably horrible and the worst thing that we've ever seen. Oh no, and I'm going to need all your help to get through, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am, and I will see you soon in the next episode. Toodaloo.